I am Esther Diana in Nairobi.
Of course, coffee consumption there being a big deal. After months of struggle, Bitcoin bulls have finally managed to chew through the breakout level of $70,000 per Bitcoin to an all-time high above the 90,000 level in a rally that is showing no signs of easing after the expectations that the President-elect of the US, Donald Trump, will be a boon for the cryptocurrency. Now, the world's biggest crypto has become one of the most eye-catching movers in that market this week since the election on Wednesday, now touching a record of $93,480,000 per Bitcoin before pairing its gains. Now, with BTC in a price discovery mode after that re-election, and of course Donald Trump's planned return to the White House, the most pressing question for traders is what's the next resistance level that could challenge the bulls. They're drawing a trend line of the April 2021 peak and saying that it is heading for, well, the $100,000 mark. And purveyors, of course, like Michael Saylor here, saying that they're planning a party before the year end and hoping to hold it at his house once the $100,000 level per Bitcoin is crossed. Now, that takes us to a discussion for the week. Of course, my guest here in studio, Ken Geshinga, being with us now. And I want to go to that conversation now. Ken, of course, the conversation here being that this $100,000 level expected anytime soon. Do you think Bitcoin can hold these gains or is expected to turn back because we've seen some sort of trends downwards in recent times?
Many thanks, Wakaba. Indeed, Bitcoin has surged.
Yes.
The price has gone up 33% since the Trump election, really anchored on people feeling there'll be less regulation on cryptocurrency. So it is possible that it might hit 95,
yes,
but I think it's unlikely that it will cross over into 100,000.
And of course, the re-election of Donald Trump causing a boom across these sorts of markets, sort of sentiment that we could return to the so-called good times where there are tax cuts across the board and that sort of thing. But this is a really big deal for Africans in the global south. Expectations that we might see inflation start to keep up again in those markets and that we then return to high levels of interest rates, even after having recently started the downward trends.
Well, that's a good point. Although I'd say a lot of the Bitcoin activity tends to be in the trading space. Not too many people actually convert it back into US dollars for everyday consumption. It's more of trading tool. Actually, it's as a commodity. Acts more as a commodity than a currency. So in that respect, I don't think high valuation will actually generate inflation.
Let's also talk about the other big stories of the week. The fact that, for example, you've seen there Kenya having